Hello there. This is Dr. Podzoidicus, Larry, aka Larry Podsobinski. Uh, I wanted to tell you a story, a sort of a tale, if you will, from my childhood, to settle any disputes over the singing on some of the videos I put up is worth a crap or not, listenable or not. A tale from my childhood. You see, I attended third grade through eighth grade in a Catholic school, and from the moment I entered third grade, the worst and throughout my years at that school, the most feared nun in the whole school was Sister John Joseph, and she taught history in eighth grade and music in seventh and eighth grade. So all through third and fourth and fifth and sixth grade, we heard terror stories about Sister John Joseph. That you don't want to get her, raise her wrath. I mean, so when I got in seventh grade, we started with music class with Sister John Joseph, and we were all singing and sitting in our seats and following along. And she used one of those little pump organs, with your feet, you pump it in the air. Organ made the organ sound, and it was what year was this? About 1970. Uh, so so we were sitting there singing one day, and she said, okay, keep singing. I'm going to walk around the room. She's walking around the room listening to us sing, and she was walking down the aisle to me, and I'm following along in the book, and singing the way it looks like to me you're supposed to sing. So she got stood beside my desk, and I was a little kid, and she said, she pointed down at me and she said, "You stop, just be quiet, stop singing." And then she kept walking through the room, through the other aisles, and she walked to the other side of this room, and she said in the back there to another kid, "And you, both of you, come with me." And this was the most feared nun in the whole school, and we're like, what's she gonna do to us. And she took us up to the front of the room, and she told us that our singing throws both of our singing, either of our singing throw the whole class off. So she said we had to sit. She made us sit in front of her organ and follow along in the book. We were supposed to and lip sync and just move our lips and not sing. So that was the entire extent of my seventh and eighth grade music class, and I had none in high school. But uh, but uh, but so yeah. So that Sister John Joseph. But then we went on a class trip that eighth grade year to Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh, and we were out on the lake there in a little boat you could go out in, and Sister John Joseph. The kids always called her JJ. They referred to her all through the grades as JJ. And JJ this and JJ that, and I was the burble at the time, and so we were out on the lake, and we were a bunch of us, and she was walking by there, and we had said, "Hey JJ, like, look at us now, you can't get near us now, I mean, you can't catch us now," and we screamed at her from the boats and on the lake, and she just held her head up high and kept on walking, and that was the graduation, I think, of eighth grade. And my music extent of my music training. Besides the drum class I tried to play drums, but there was a band that didn't play any music together. I mean, it was a small school in Pittsburgh. And the years were like 1960 something through 70 something. Uh, so I just wanted to tell you that story about myself to settle any disputes. If you hear some of my music, if you think it's listenable, a lot of people think it's a great deal of it's hilarious. You got to admit it's hilarious. The way I spoofs the fact of being insane can be a funny thing to look back on when I'm no longer that way now. It's in my book. It was in our library here in town, in the Ohio library system. You can order it. In the grip of paranoid schizophrenia. But that was a long time ago now. I'm years past being 50 when I published it, so I'll just end this video now and say have a happy day wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, and whatever, whenever.